Okay. Not yet.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Those are comments, or what is that more?
Chats.
Okay. 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 So what do I do?
You want to make that go away? Just hit the thing at the top, close that.
Close this? Okay. And then what do I do to make this go larger?
You'll hit play, but you need to hit your camera first. If you're are you gonna go on camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but if I go on camera, I can be on camera the entire time?
Yeah, you'll be on camera the entire time.
Okay.
You'll be in a little thing.
Okay, but I want to address the group before I play this.
Okay.
So I want to go, stop
we're not
share.
on the call. We are on this. We're unmuted. Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody that's on the call and on this Zoom here. I know we've got people that are actually chiming in right now all over the world. I have not even been able to read those chats. I know the chat board is really lighting up there as well. But I want to say, first of all, welcome everybody to this very first inaugural pre-launch conference call that we have. For those of you who don't know me, before we actually get started, I want to give you just a little information about myself and what's the purpose of this call. I know some of you have probably received an email or received a text message and say, hey, here's a very important call that you need to get on. Or some of you have probably received a message just saying, hey, listen, you've been promoting for it. HB is actually doing a Zoom call, and some of you have no clue why you're actually on this conference call. But anyway, my name is Holton Buggs. For those of you who don't know me, I live right here in Houston, Texas. This is where I'm actually calling from my home in Houston, Texas. And today is a very special day, not only for myself, my wife, and my entire family, and also my entire family of network marketing. But today is so special because today is the very first day of what we call a pre-launch event for a brand new network marketing company owned by myself. For so many years, in 28 years, I've been a part of this industry as a distributor. I've had a chance to build teams in excess of over 3 million distributors on a global basis in probably over 60 plus countries around the world. And we've been proud supporters of this industry. We're ambassadors of this industry of network marketing, and we still continue to be ambassadors of this industry. We've served so many distributors all over the globe, people who've been a part of our network, people who have not been a part of our network. We serve companies from a quiet consulting basis and even formed a consulting company that has helped other companies launch and actually rebrand themselves. But one of the things in the 28 years that we did notice is we noticed up recently that there was a void in the industry of not necessarily that there weren't good companies. I believe that there's so many great companies out there. And if you've been fortunate enough, like myself, to be a part of one, number one, congratulations to you. And you should obviously honor that company that you've been a part of. But what we notice is that of what the industry really should be from my perspective. I looked around in the industry, even my 28 years, and even with all the success that we'd actually been able to do and the billions of dollars of revenue that we've been able to actually create through network marketing, what I did notice is that there was still something that was left to be filled. There was still something that many distributors, including myself, was learning or yearning for, and really there was nobody out there looking to solve those particular issues. And so from just actually doing some meditating, some prayer, and some real self-thought, and a lot of encouragement from loved ones, from people all over the world, I did something that I thought I would never, ever do, and that was become the owner of my own network marketing company. Being that I've actually had a chance for the last 10 or 11 years to serve on the corporate side as well as the distributor side, I saw the the agony. I saw the challenge, and I saw the issues that were there when you step out to become an owner. But one of the things that I did have, and I still have, and I've always had, has been a vision. And with that vision, I started to pay attention to what was going on in the industry. And here I am, I'm asking owners and I'm talking to other people saying, hey, listen, here's what I want to have. Here's what the distributors want to have out there in the field. I started to notice that one of the biggest gaps and one of the biggest challenges in our industry was this, is that there was a gap between the owners and a gap between the field. And the majority of companies don't fail because of lack of sales. The majority of companies don't fail because they don't have a great product. What I've noticed is that some companies that are good companies don't become great companies is because of that huge gap between CEO or corporate executives and the field. And being out there for 28 years, campaigning and championing the causes for so many people out there, I knew what it felt like. I've been on the distributor side all of my life. 28 years I've had a distributor ID number. And I know what it feels like when you've got a goal. I know what it feels like when you've been disappointed. I know what it feels like when you've driven 6 hours to go to a meeting and the person that you actually went to go show the meeting to wasn't even home. And I know some of you probably don't relate to that with all the new technology and Zoom. You probably wouldn't dare do that, but I've been there. I've been there when distributors have quit. I've been there when distributors have actually just completely disappointed you. And I've been there every time I've set a goal, and month after month after month after month, I'm failing those goals. And I've had people in the organization to do that as well. And so I can't tell you that I've known everything or experienced everything, but I can tell you in 28 years, with over 3 million plus people in my organization, I've seen a whole lot. And I know what it feels like to be on both sides of the coin. I know what it feels like to be on the front side when you can't get things going. I know what it feels like to work so hard and not even be able to sponsor one person. My first experience in network marketing, for those of you who don't know, I invested 7 years of time and I got a great education, but we never built a team that was larger than 49 people over 7 years. In 7 years, I never missed an event that I qualified to attend. And in 7 years, I never made a check that was over $500 in a month. And so both spectrums, those who've been trying and those who've been really eager to go out and make it happen, and those who've actually made it happen, I'm just here to say that I know how it feels. And I struggled for a while of how do I play this role of CEO or choose between CEO and what I'm really good at, and that's leadership development, vision and branding and building a culture. And then I thought about it. Why do I have to choose? The same thing that I was running from was the actual reason why it was the best decision for me to actually start my own company and carry out the vision that I've always wanted to carry out. Why? Because what better place for a CEO to be than right there on the front lines with the people that are actually fighting for a vision and fighting for a company. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you who are out there right now for one reason and for many other reasons, but particularly one, because today I get to celebrate with you the inauguration of the opening of a brand new concept, a brand new company, something that I know for a fact that will revolutionize our entire industry. I'm not here on the call to make you any promises or to say that if you partner up with us and this new company that I'm going to solve all of your problems or that all of your dreams are going to come true. That I can't determine. Only you can determine that. But what I can tell you is this, is that the person that you're looking at right now on your screen is a person who's willing to roll up their sleeves, who's actually done the work before, who's going to put just as much into your business as you're willing to, who will drive just as many miles and put as many hours into the business as you're willing to put into your business. Number one, what you'll always get is you're always going to get the truth, whether you like it or not, you're going to get that. And what I can tell you is this, as we build this business, what you're going to feel a business atmosphere. But what I want you to understand is that each and every person who decides to become a part of this journey, it's not joining a business, you're joining a family. Okay? And if family is something that you don't really appreciate, then this may not necessarily be where you're going to have the most fun. You know, my philosophy is if you can't have fun, why do it? And so without going so much more about myself and the reasons for doing this, I really want to get into a little bit about our opportunity. First thing some of you are going to ask me is this: well, what's the name of the company? What's the name of the company? Do you have a name of a company? Of course we have a name of a company. We're very proud of the name. We're very proud of the branding. And what we've done is actually reserve the name for a special company corporate name and brand reveal. It's actually going to take place at a VIP event here at my house on March the 8th, 2019, was just a few weeks from now. That event, I've never done a network marketing event at my house at all. Specifically, that's going to be that size. But we've got up to 250 top VIPs that will actually be joining us all over the entire world. And then the following day, we're going to have a huge kickoff event, and people from all over the world will actually be here right in Houston, Texas. And we'll be releasing that information to you as well. And so right now, if you look at the branding, you're going to start seeing, up until that date, you're going to see Countdown for Freedom. Countdown for Freedom. It's not because we're not prepared with the company name. We're very prepared with the company name, but we just chose to reveal it in a way that we really thought was going to be more impactful and make a splash within our industry. But what I want to do now is I'm going to actually get right into our presentation, and I'm going to try to do my best of sharing the screen and get to, if I can get into, here we go. I get into share the screen and kind of go through the concept with you. And I think I've got it here. Okay, so if I can enlarge the screen here. Am I good now? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so Countdown for Freedom is the branding that you're going to see for up until that time, until March the 8th. And then obviously that's when we'll do the big brand reveal. Now, many of you are probably wondering, can I attend that event? Well, if you check with the person who invited you and maybe one of the top leaders, we're putting out some parameters, and they have the right to give invitations based off of performance, because obviously this is not going to be for everyone that's going to be here at the house. But I can tell you it's going to be an absolutely special event. We definitely can't wait for it. But let's talk a little bit about the industry. Let's talk a little bit about the solution that we believe that we found. Let's talk about that void in the industry that we believe that we've actually been able to conquer. Countdown to Freedom. Let's talk about it. Let's see if I can go to my next slide here. How do I go to this next slide? For some reason here. Just bear with me for a second here. Let's see here. Do I hit play?
Yeah, did you already click hit play?
No, I didn't.
Hit play.
Okay, there we go. So now. Okay. So basically what we're talking about is time for the industry of network marketing to evolve. One of the challenges that I saw in the industry was that so many distributors, including myself, we worked extremely hard on building a team and going out there, learning presentations, getting training. And the industry numbers just haven't worked in the favor that we thought that they worked. I've seen distributors put everything that they have into companies, into building their organization, only to see that it crumbled. And when that organization of distributors crumble, what I've noticed as well is that the income crumbles as well. And I thought about it. I stood up on stage before and I talked to people about building a residual income and talking about a retirement date. And I can tell you right now, after 28 years, only very few people have been able to leave an inheritance or retirement. And I'm not here to criticize any other companies whatsoever. That's one thing you'll never hear. We'll never put down another company, attack another company, or even encourage you to go out there and try to sponsor people from other companies. But what I am here to talk about is a problem that we've seen, and then also how we intend to solve that. We're not going to solve all the world's problems, but I can tell you that the evolution of this industry will take place starting today. One of the things that I have a vision for is recruiting the world's first, I call it a PRIB, okay? A PRIB, P-R-I, and then make that B. And that is a perpetual residual income builder, a first-class consumer experience. In my novice days, I built network marketing based off of the number of recruits that I can have in my organization, because I thought that was the way to build a residual income. And here's what I've learned in 28 years, and hopefully you'll learn it soon, that trees never grow into the sky. No matter how great, no matter how fast the recruiting goes, I can tell you this, and I can promise you this, is that at some point in time, recruiting is going to slow down. Well, if my income has been built based off of recruiting, how do I earn money? It's called consumers. And one of the things that we talked about building from the old model was based off of consumers paying more. Consumers paying more, and only strong recruiting is what's actually going to win. And if you out-recruit the attrition. I looked at the numbers in the industry of network marketing, and I looked at organizations that I've built, and I found that the average customer is actually going to spend about $35 per month on the average. The average customer stays on our product 79 days. Those are industry numbers that we can't refute. We're not going to impact them or change them. Now, some of you may build a better culture, a better product-oriented culture, and have better or greater numbers than that, but that's just what the industry's done. And so what I've been looking at is how could I find a way to make sure that that doesn't take place? How could I find a way that we can secure an income and actually make it the responsibility of distributors to go out there and build the customer base, and then take the company itself, and our responsibility is to go out there and build the income. Now, here's another model, the new model. See, in the old model, what I've noticed, no matter what the product was, no matter how great it was, the only way that I ever made money in network marketing was for my retail customer to go out there and pay money for that product. And when they did, 9 times out of 10, they could actually go right down the street to the local store, and they can actually buy that same product for less. And why did they buy it from us? Because of a relationship, or maybe our product was maybe a little bit more unique, or they didn't even know that another product existed just like that, and they trusted us. I have a good friend of mine that I purchased my insurance from, and it is not the cheapest insurance. Matter of fact, it's one of the most expensive insurances out there. It's been now probably 18 years that I've actually renewed that insurance policy, but why did I buy it from him? I bought it from him because he was a friend of mine. And I've renewed that policy over and over and over because he was a friend of mine. And I thought, what if people didn't have to do me a favor? What if they didn't have to do you a favor, and they can actually go out there and know that the only time that you will make money is when your customer actually pays less money. A foreign concept that actually takes place in network marketing up until today. Okay? So how will we bring this vision to the world? How are we going to do it? Well, it all starts with the level of inventory that we have. And that level of inventory that we have, ladies and gentlemen, starts with over $8 trillion industry. That's $8 trillion of inventory in the travel industry that we have on a website that you actually get to share as well. See, people probably looking right now and says, Holton, you're in the travel industry. I remember you talking about you not wanting to be in the network marketing and travel business. They're absolutely correct. And it's still today, the traditional way of building a travel network marketing business is not something that I'm fond of. And the reason why was because I didn't want to have people coming to my website saying, hey, listen, book on my website, only do it because you're a friend of mine. Until we found a better and a unique concept that I'm going to share with you right now. Here's some statistics that I want you to take a look at. If you take a look at Asia right now, $6 billion a day, Europe, $4.8 billion a day, in America alone, $2.8 billion per day of travel that's actually being created. What does that mean? We're not in the manufacturing business. Nobody manufactures travel. Nobody creates travel. It's something that people are doing already. But what if you were in a business that you were able to connect these travelers, these millions of people who are traveling, you were able to connect them with an opportunity to pay much less and have a much more pleasurable experience with their travel? Would you like to get paid for it, and would they consider it? Of course they would. Okay. So let's talk about what it is that we're doing. Latin America, $953 million a day, $487 million a day in Africa alone. I want to take you through and tell you some of the things that we've uncovered about the travel industry, things that I didn't know up until recently. In the travel industry, there's only 2 companies that actually duopolize. We call it monopolize, but I'll say duopolize the entire travel industry. A company out there called Expedia, and then Booking Holdings, better known as Priceline. All of the websites that you've actually seen, from Travelocity, Orbitz, Trivago, Rental Cars, Kayak, Agoda, OpenTable, Booking.com, all of those different companies out there are owned by 2 companies. And because of those 2 companies, they've created something called price parity. If you ever go on websites and take a look, you'll notice that when you compare, those prices are so similar, but there's only a small margin of difference in the pricing. Why? Because what they've done is these companies are not travel companies, they're marketing companies. They spend billions of dollars every single year in advertising, making sure that you go to a site based off of what you prefer. Some people go to Expedia. Why? Because they feel it's more professional. You'll find some go to Kayak because maybe they're the outdoorsy types, and some will go to Booking.com, or younger people may go to Trivago because of the colors or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. what happens is they found a way to have everybody going through those particular portals buying travel. And guess what? They've done a great job at it. Now, here's what's different. What we've done is we've actually partnered, and I've actually purchased a major share of a new travel concept called extreme travel. I want to talk to you about what we've been able to do and what the opportunity is. When you take a look at the travel industry, there's 3 different categories of pricing that's out there. You're going to have your retail pricing, you're going to have your discounted, and then you're going to have what we call your backdoor pricing when it comes to booking travel. See, for years, all I understood was retail pricing and maybe a couple of discounts. I very seldom booked on discounted sites like Priceline because I like to choose which room, I like to choose my flight, and I like to have my travel points. Some people go out there and they use those discounted sites. But very few people, less than 1% of the population, have even heard of the backdoor behind the curtain pricing. What we've created here with our Countdown to Freedom concept is your own wholesale booking platform. I want to explain to you how it actually works. Our members are able to receive up to 70% off of the retail prices. They're able to earn travel bonuses, all different type of discounted and exclusive experiences that we have, over $8 trillion worth of inventory that we have access to. Matter of fact, I'll give you some examples of what we've been able to do. When you take a look at our travel components, we've actually partnered with a travel host agency that I just mentioned, Extreme Travel. Why is this so important? Because anybody can pick up a booking engine and allow members and distributors and customers to go out there and book travel. But here's what everybody can't do. They can't support them. And so what we did is we went out there and looked for a company that already had the experience, a company that already had all of the awards, a travel host agency that we actually partnered with, 18 years in the making, a company that had already done hundreds of millions of dollars of travel bookings just recently. When you look at all the awards, FunJet Platinum Member Award, Carnival Cruise Line, Pinnacle Club, Royal Caribbean Club, you name it, that travel agency has actually been a part of it. That's actually going to be the backbone of what it is that we have. Because when you have a customer that goes out there and book an airline ticket, or a customer who books a hotel and they say, I need to change the date, I put the wrong date in, you don't want that customer to feel like they're left out there alone. This is what the travel host agency is going to do for us, and so many other things that we'll have. It's not a distant one. This is one that's actually closely connected to the company itself. But let me give you some examples of what we have in terms of a benefit. Okay, in terms of a benefit, how do we use this? Let's talk about hotels. Example, these are member-based prices here. And the behind the curtain prices are only available if there's a login. So when you see all of these companies out there talking about, we offer the best prices, they do, the best public facing price. But what we've done is we've actually created a site where as a customer or a distributor is able to log in to a portal and access prices that they've never seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share something with you. This is not the hype, or this is not, we think that this is going to be. When I saw this and I started to understand what was available, I would continue to call up and ask them, is this true? Is this real? Is this some room that maybe don't have windows? Is my room not going to have a bed? Because I couldn't believe the prices that I was actually receiving until I start taking my own trips and I start to experience it. Let me give you some examples here. For example, this one here was on Expedia, $339 a night. But when you log in through our site, it's $178, $161 savings. Not bad. You say, is this typical? Very typical. Anywhere in the world, we're not talking prepackaged inventory. We're not talking leftover rooms. We're talking a live booking engine that changes by the second. Here's another one with Travelocity, $440 per night, $130 savings. $130 on our site, $310 per night savings. Okay. These are examples of what's taking place. And ladies and gentlemen, since I've actually been involved with this product and given this product out and allowed friends to actually go out there and use this particular product, every single person has had a positive experience, but more importantly, they come bragging about how much money they save. I was talking on the phone today with a good friend of mine, and he's actually just booked a room here. He and his family just booked a room here in Houston at the Westin Hotel. They saved over $999 for a week, and it was a 50% discount on the same room that they were going to book anyway. Other examples that we have, car rentals. Here's one, $392. It was $221 total, $171 savings, booking the same exact vehicle. Here's another one for a week, $1,215 a week. You've got $712 on our site, a $503 savings. And so when you start to take a look at what's available in the site, you start to realize that there's a lot of benefits. You say, is it only hotels and is it only rental cars? No, it's not. Okay. Let me see if I can go to the next. There we go. Now, we've got a lot of different benefits and a lot of different core services that you'll be able to offer to your customers. Let me give you an example: hotels, car rentals, cruises, airline tickets. And I'll be candid, tell you there's not going to be much discount whatsoever on airlines. When you see the circle that says homes, this is where we have an inventory of hundreds of thousands of homes. Some are $1 million and multi-million dollar homes. Typically, you'd have to pay anywhere between $13,000 to $25,000 to have access to a membership that would actually allow you to rent those homes. It's all included in the packages that we have here. We've got weeks, which are actually pre-packaged vacations that you can actually take for 7 days, and they're already discounted. And you just go on the website, find your destination. It will let you know what packages are available, and the discounts are absolutely incredible on there. The marketplace that we have is just different things that we'll have, timeshare owners, all of this wrapped into one lifestyle ecosystem that we have when it comes to the travel industry. Now, here's the cool thing about it. When you take a look at all of the other benefits that we have, the excursions, theme parks, wine clubs, gift cards, the most important part of it is this, is that we can brag and we can boast and say that we've got 110% price guarantee. That means that if a customer says, hey, listen, I found a price cheaper on some other site, no problem, send it to us. What we're going to do is make sure that we match that price and then give 10% of the difference, making sure that every single person, whether you're a distributor or whether you are a customer, has a guaranteed lowest price experience with our company. Now, let's talk about how we actually build a business and what's actually taking place with building the business. The question is, do you boomerang? You say, what is boomerang? The philosophy of boomerang is really being able to give out good and good comes back. Well, what good are we giving out? What we're able to do is we're able to take 50% of the savings that's available to all of our distributors, and we're able to pass that along to our customers. And when we give 50% of the savings, guess what happens? Some good comes back. And that means that there's rewards that come back. And I'm going to explain to you, and I want you to see very clearly how you can actually build a business. And I've never in my 28-year network marketing career have been able to say for the very first time that you can build a network marketing business with no selling. I've been completely against that philosophy. It didn't make sense. And I tell people, listen, if you're not willing to sell, don't get involved in network marketing. And with this concept, I thought, I still have that same philosophy, but there's nothing to sell. You say, well, if there's nothing to sell, how are people going to make money? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce something to you right now that's revolutionary, that nobody in the history of network marketing has ever done, and nobody in the travel industry has ever done. And what we did is we brought the best of both worlds to play. We brought network marketing and we brought the travel industry, and we're going to do something that's never been done before. And I want you to pay close attention to how this actually works. When I'm talking about the 50% savings, we're going to share with you how the income actually goes. Let me give you an example of what takes place. When a person becomes a distributor, or what we call a TSA, a travel savings ambassador with our company, what happens is you're going to have your own travel member-based site, your own TSA member-based site. If you look on the left, here's one of the vacations that I was at, one of the hotels that I was actually considering. And I didn't use that one. I actually went to a different hotel and had just as good of an experience. If you notice at the top, it's 70% discounted. Here's an all-inclusive place, Playa del Carmen, 4.5 star. That means that all your food, drinks, tip, tax, everything is all included. Leave your wallet at home. No tipping that's even necessary. And for 5 days, 4 nights, it was $4,867. That's on everybody else's site. Logging into our site, it's $3,399 discounted, which means that you only pay $1,467. Big difference, huh? Now, what happens to a customer? You go out and you are able to give a customer a website just like yours. It's identical, but they never see the 70% savings. Those customers are only going to see 35% savings, okay? That means 50% of what was available to you is now available to them. So that means your customer goes on the website, have the identical experience from a hotel standpoint or whatever travel standpoint. But if you notice, they're only going to see $1,699 savings. They don't even know $3,400 was available. Why? You're a wholesale member. You don't buy at wholesale and sell at wholesale. You buy at wholesale and allow your customer to buy at retail. But here they're buying 50% low on retail, 50% discounted on retail. So if there's $1,699 savings, are they excited? Of course. Put yourself in the customer position right here. If you were able to save $1,699 off of your vacation, would you be excited? Sure you would. I know I would be. But what happens is this: if you take a look at the right-hand screen, the illustration, travel savings ambassador, what happens? What you've done is you've thrown out savings. Here's your customer. Your customer saves $1,699, and guess what comes back to you? What we're going to do is we're going to take 50% of whatever they saved, and we're going to give it to you in form of a commission, a direct sales commission. That's right. $1,699 is what they saved, but they paid the other $1,699. 50% comes back to the person who gave them the website. Now, well, you say, well, what are we going to do with the other $849? We're going to take $595 of those dollars, and we're going to run that through a uni-level compensation plan, but we've got to double the volume to do that. So we don't put 595 points, we put 1,189 points. Well, what happens with the remainder of the money? Well, that money goes towards the company. Ladies and gentlemen, what I just explained to you is an 85% payout. We're going to take out of every dollar that comes in of travel savings, we're actually going to pay out 85 cents of it, and the company keeps 15%. Now, this is not to say we're trying to crush the competition out there. This is not to say, hey, our pay plan is better than everybody else's. I don't get into all involved with my plan is better than your plan. I've seen the best plans out there where people have made no money. I've seen the worst plans out there that have done the most volume. Your earnings is going to be based off of what it is that you do, the vision that you have, your ability to work with the team, follow a proven system. And if you build and develop culture, I'm going to show you right now how you can build yourself an income that you will never, ever, ever, ever have to replace again. I'm raising my right hand and I'm saying this: 28 years I've been in the replacement business in network marketing, meaning I've built to replace, built to replace, built to replace, built to replace. For the first time in network marketing, I can look you in the eye and say that you have the opportunity to build, 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 and build. And so how does it work? Here's what takes place. I want to give you a couple of examples here, okay? I want to show you, number one, how do we earn money? Now, our compensation plan, this is how you earn money. When people always ask, well, tell me about the compensation plan. Nobody knows and understands the compensation plan. Does it really matter? You want to know, how are you going to have a residual income? How are you going to be able to take care of your family if you choose to take part of this? I want you to pay close attention to how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you an income model purely based on customers alone. I'm not going to talk about the recruiting aspect and is there money there with the enrollment share? Is there money with team building? Yeah, I'm not going to focus on that now. Later on tonight, after tonight's call at 8 o'clock Central, I'm going to go over a little bit of details about our compensation plan if you want to know how that works. But what's most important is people want to know is not how the plan works. How much of the money am I going to get? See, when I went and bought my cars, I never asked, how does the engine work? I wanted to know, how does it feel to drive the car? So let me give you what I call a test drive, customer acquisition model. This is you, and I want to give you a conservative model here, and I want you to follow through with me, and I want you to answer these questions, because when you answer these questions, this is going to determine whether or not you're a great fit for our new company. First question is this: can you give away 10 boomerangs? Can you go out there and give 10 people a website that, number one, costs them $0 and costs them nothing to maintain? That means that there's the barrier of entry for them getting started is $0, and maintaining it costs them nothing whatsoever. No maintenance fees, no initiation fees. It's completely free, and all they need is their name and their email address, their city and state of where they live, and they now become your customer. Okay? So if you can say yes to that, here's what happens to 10 customers. Let's just use an example that each one of your customers take one trip per year. That's it. Not two, not three, one trip per year. And in that trip, let's just say that the average savings is $600 per trip, $600. In this example here, guess what you're responsible for? $6,000 in total savings that has gone to your customer base. With the boomerang, guess what happens? It comes back and it's going to pay you a commission. You've earned $3,000. So my question is, how fast can you do it? I've got people who already put, who have used this as a model, and I've gotten 25 people on their website, and they did it in less than 1 hour. But here's the cool thing. Once you've given the 10 boomerangs out, are you selling vacations? Are you encouraging them to travel? No, they're going to do it anyway. Your job is done. Once they have actually got the boomerang, your job is done. Well, what is the perpetual residual income builder? Here's where we're different. Our company is actually focused on really customer retention and building an income for you. You get the customer, we're going to build the income. We're taking the majority of the income here, and we're actually developing a marketing department that's going to go out there and do the work for you. What do I mean? We're using data analytics and customer algorithms that will understand who your customer is based off of where they are, what they want, what they need, using a philosophy of building trust with this customer. And when we know what they need, we'll actually send them invitations. We'll actually send them different hot deals that we know that's going on. And not only the travel industry, we have already secured other digital products that are lifestyle based that our company will actually do the upselling for you. You say, why? Because we know that distributors are very good at, very bad at upselling, but very good at overselling. We don't want the overselling taking place. And so we're going to go out there and build that income. But here's the thing I want you to realize in this example, and I'll refer to it again. What happens if you never, ever, ever communicate with those customers again? It doesn't matter. They're your customers for life. It means that the buying decision for them to travel has nothing to do with the distributor. When they travel, they don't have to call you. They don't have to consult with you. They travel, they save their income, and every time they save money, because they will pay less, you can be guaranteed that a commission check is going to be coming to you. This is a consumer acquisition model, conservative. But what if we did a model that was a little bit more moderate? Moderate model, it's simple math. What if you went out and built 100 customers? What if you took 30 days or maybe even a week and got 100 customers? It means that you'll never have to do that work again. This is true residual income. They take one trip a year. That's now average of $600 in savings. That's total $60,000 in travel savings of customers that you've actually acquired. What's going to happen for you? You got a $30,000 income that's coming in, and you never have had to speak with these customers after they've been set up with their site again. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's new and this is what's needed, and this is what's different in our industry. Now, I'll give you even a more extreme model for somebody who says, I want to be someone who is more aggressive. And I want to go out there and build myself 1,000 customer base. Do the math, it's pretty simple, okay? $600,000 in travel savings by your customers. Somebody who may say, I'll set up a little marketing campaign to do this. That's $300,000 income that you've got, and you haven't put one distributor in the business. Here's one of the goals that I have, ladies and gentlemen, that when we do recognition and when we do events, here's one of my goals. One of my goals is to have the top income earners who walk across the stage receiving their $100,000, $250,000, $1 million check saying, here is my income from customers, but I don't know how to do network marketing. I've never built the group before. I've never sponsored a person. It's just the income that I've had for saving people money on things that they already are doing. I want to give you another model, and then I want to kind of close it out here. I want to show you a business building model that is really unique. And I need you to hold on to your seat here for a second. I want to show you how you can build yourself a team and how income can actually come in. Now, one of the things that some people are going to say is this, well, Holton, is this too good to be true? Well, is Uber too good to be true if you rewind 11 years ago? Of course it is. How can I become the fastest growing company in the history of the world not owning a product? How can I become the fastest growing company in the history of the world not owning cars, but be 10 times larger than the entire taxi cab business globally and not own one single car? How can a company out there like Airbnb be larger than the entire hotel, than the top 5 hotel chains combined and not own one piece of real estate? It's because of innovative thinking. I always had this issue of why is it that the largest company in network marketing has never eclipsed the $11 billion a year mark? And it was one reason and one reason only, is because I believe that the top companies out there, they've been satisfied with where they are. And nobody has tried to break the mold of how to get to the next level. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that we've actually done it. Not I think, I really believe for a fact that we have it. In this example, let's just say that this is you and you build a team of 1,000 travel savings ambassadors. Now, in this example, what happens is those people take 10 trips, each person takes 10 trips, or each person that you have gets 10 boomerang customers. That means that 10 trips per distributor that you're responsible for. That's going to give you a total of 10,000 trips that's actually going to be taking place in your organization because they're taking one trip per year. If we take the average of $600 savings, you're responsible for $12,600 of customer savings per day. Now, we can't give you half of that because all of those aren't your customers. But with the compensation plan that we have laid out, you're going to earn somewhere around 10%. It could be a little less, 8%, it could be a little bit more, 12% on all the volume. But let's just take an even number of 10%. If you're looking at that, that's $1,260 a day. $37,000 per month, $453,000 a month with a team of 1,000. Here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. This has nothing to do with the enrollment income. This has nothing to do with auto ship income. This is just consumer savings alone. Now, what happens if all 1,000 of your distributors quit? Can you imagine the 10,000 customers who are saving money quitting? Can you imagine if those 10,000 customers saying that, hey, listen, my distributor, my rep is no longer a part of this company, so I no longer want to save the money? No, it doesn't happen that way. This is why it's a perpetual income builder, because it's the first income that I've ever seen that does not need the network after the customer has actually been acquired. Let me go to a more moderate example for you. A more moderate example would be, let's just say that you build a team of 10,000 distributors. That's 100,000 customers that you've got using the same average of $600 savings. You're talking about $115 million, okay? $115,000 of customer savings that you've got. And so you've got $11,507 of personal override income on travel savings alone. Here's what's cool about it. There's no manufacturing cost for the savings. There's no administrative cost for the savings. There's no shipping cost for the savings. But more importantly, our company has the exclusive on being able to offer the cash back. Are there a few companies out there who offer the travel savings? Great, and we want those companies to succeed. It's $8 trillion industry. We can't get it all, but we are the only ones who are going to pay our distributors cash back. Not points, not credits, cash. We're talking $345,000 per month, a $4 million income of overrides off of building a team of 10,000. I've got even a more aggressive model here that I want to share with you. And this is for somebody who can dream and dream bigger. Our goal when I set out to do this, I looked to say, how can we build the largest residual incomes in the history of networking? Those of you who don't know me, I've had my role of being able to impact the industry and really raise people's game up to a different level. I never forget when I set a goal as a distributor to make $1 million a month and became one of the first distributors to ever do it. And I had never done it before, never even knew anybody who had done it. And today you're sometimes not even considered a world-class network until you've actually done it. And now some people have even taken it and gone to $2 million a month. Well, I didn't want to design a compensation plan to replace what I've done. I wanted to design something that would actually blow people's minds and actually take people to quantum leaps if they were willing to go out there and do the work. But you needed to have technology, timing, and the right thought process, system, and culture to be able to do it. In this example, if you built a team of 100,000 distributors, that's 1 million customers based off of them getting 10 customers apiece. When you do the math, we're talking about $1,150,000 of travel savings dollars per day, which means that you're making $115,000 per day, $3.4 million per month, $41 million per year on travel savings income, all retail earnings. What happens, ladies and gentlemen, if the 100,000 distributors drop to 50? Guess what? Your residual income doesn't drop. And so this is what we envision, and this is what we thought about. And instead of me looking for another company or other people to put this in place, I thought about it. Why don't we do it ourselves? Here's what I learned a long time ago. People says, if you ever want to know the future, create it for yourself. And here's what I want you to know. I can guarantee you the impact that we're going to have on this industry. So many people, so many companies are going to start thinking in this direction because they won't have a choice but to do that. How do we get started? What we've done is we put together a pre-launch uni-level fast start plan, which is not our full plan. Our full plan will actually launch in about 45 days, and I'll give you the full plan later on tonight after our call. But I want to share with you how the pre-launch uni-level plan works and the packages that we have. Getting started in the business, each person will actually start with a, sorry about that. Let me go back forward here. Here we go. When a person actually comes into the business, I've got to move ahead. I got my slides out of order. $49.95 is actually what it takes to get yourself started and become a travel savings agent with our company. That's your kit fee. With that, you're actually going to receive 5 boomerangs. That means 5 invitations to get people to actually go out there and have their own website. You'll receive your own travel, your own boomerang booking site, 25% referral commissions at that moment. That means that you're not eligible for the full commissions at this moment. You'll receive also a presentation that you can send to people, customers or distributors that will do the presentation and the talking for you. You're going to receive a travel savings ambassador online management system as well, all of that for $49. Now, what you have the option of doing is choosing one of 3 packages after that. You can choose that the first package, which is called Coach Class, $250, and you're going to receive some different benefits with that, and we'll explain what you'll have with that a little bit later. Then you've got what we call Business Class, $500, and First Class, which is $1,000. Right now, every person that you personally enroll, if you look at how this actually works, here's what the percentages of your income is going to be through our uni-level pre-launch compensation plan. And it's pretty aggressive. We're paying out 77% of the BB, 61% of the dollar in this example here. But our packages, to share with you real quick on how that actually works. Here's actually what you get with the packages. A Coach Class, you're going to receive all the hotels. You'll receive flights. You'll receive rental cars. You'll receive 10 boomerangs, and you'll also receive 25% of the travel savings that's going to be available to you. You'll receive 10% in your binary compensation plan once we launch that full compensation plan. Business Class, you're going to receive all of the benefits of Coach, plus you'll receive the cruises as well. You'll get 25 boomerangs. That means 25 customers that you can go out and get, and additional boomerangs can be available as well. 100% of the travel savings bonuses, you'll receive all of those particular bonuses. You'll receive 12% in your dual team commissions as well. And then First Class, ladies and gentlemen, we call it basically the buffet, that you get every single thing that's available in the First Class. You'll receive 50 boomerangs, 100% of the travel savings, but we're running a promotion, and we're going to have a limited time Founders Club. The founders are those people who get started First Class, and they're automatically upgraded to 20% in the binary for 1 entire year. Grandfathered at 20% for 1 year, regardless of their ranks. If they don't ever achieve a rank higher than that's required to get the 20%. Okay. One of the other benefits is that when you're at First Class, you're going to receive 2 weeks notice of pre-sale. All of our VIP level 1 registrations, you're going to receive 2 weeks prior notice, and Business Class receives 1 week prior notice. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some incredible packages already lined up for just distributor trips that we're going to take, and I can tell you it's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so the thing that I recommend that you do is I want you to get with the person who's invited you to this particular webinar or to this Zoom or this Facebook Live call, and let them know where you see yourself positioning. What we've done is we've actually put together a pre-launch website. I want to make, is it ready now?
It's not for signups, but it is up.
All right, the pre-launch website is actually ready. Our programmers have been working on it. Right now, I know many are saying, hey, where's my sign-up link? Where's my sign-up link? And I thought I would have had it available about 2 hours ago. We will have your sign-up link today. For those of you who've actually received some of the, what we call our paper applications, that's not that we're a manual company whatsoever. No, What we've done is for those of you who are going to be doing meetings and you want to immediately have the people positioned and be able to fill out their information, you can use that. And that way it's all branded and we're not having a lot of different things that are out there. But the website, if you go to Countdown for Freedom, each person, you'll be able to have a referral link to your sponsor's website, and you'll go to this link, you'll go to the website, put their link in or put their referral ID in, and they will actually personally sponsor you. Now, how does it work? Just to give you a quick example, many of you are probably concerned, what about their positioning and things of that nature? Everything is going into the uni level with a holding tank until we launch the full binary compensation plan with the uni level on the back end. So don't worry about positioning and things of that nature right now. The thing I will tell you is this: many of the leaders, this is what they're doing, is they're using positioning based off of what you do in production. Throughout the pre-launch period, if you're producing, you probably will have an opportunity for them to say, I want to put you in first. And any of the leaders who do not use the holding tank, here's how it works. This is why you don't want to wait on your signups. The system is actually going to go by time stamp of who enrolled first and automatically put the people in left and right based on the time that they actually clicked on the link and actually got themselves rolling. Now, just to give you an example, at the bottom, you'll see that there's a $99 monthly subscription fee for all of the optional package enrollments. And I want to make a clarification on this. On our coach class, it's actually $49.95 for the coach class. Okay, so anybody who started with coach class, it's $49.95, and they have up to 60 days that they can actually upgrade to business class or first class. And then from that point on, they'll start receiving those benefits. To give you an example of a few of the items that we have coming up in events, later today or at the end of tonight, we're actually going to put together another a conference call schedule tomorrow, because we're receiving so many requests from people in Africa, from one of our good friends, Judicate out there. He says, hey, listen, can we do meetings for the Africa team? Because it's 11 o'clock p.m. right now. Well, guess what, Judicate? We are. So I believe we got 11 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. Yep. 11 o'clock a.m. We'll actually put this out. You'll be able to see it on the website, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, which is 3 hours prior to this call. We're actually going to do 11 o'clock call and then an 8 o'clock p.m. call, and we'll have an entire schedule that will be going out for the week. So 11 o'clock and 8 o'clock Central Standard Time will be our conference call times. And then Saturday, this coming Saturday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, yours truly, I will actually be doing an entire company, corporate-wide, global training you on the basics of our company, the basics of building, the basics of belief, the core philosophies that we have with our company as well, which is most important, and really showing you how to maximize the opportunity and maximize this business. If you look here, today is February the 18th, our pre-launch. On March the 8th is going to be our liftoff brand reveal party. It's going to take place in Houston, Texas at my house, VIP. Hopefully you can qualify for VIP. On the 9th, we're going to have a huge liftoff event. This is going to be a global, what we call our Global Opportunity Day, right here in Houston, Texas. For those of you who can't get here, many meetings will take place on that particular day. On March the 11th, our system goes live and with the official launch date. And on March the 11th to March the 18th, we have initiated what we call Mission 10K. Mission 10K, ladies and gentlemen, is from March the 11th to March the 18th. Our goal, and I believe we're going to crush it, is to put 10,000 new travel savings ambassadors into the company. 10,000 the very first week. We've got some very lofty goals, but here's what's most important. Not only 10,000 travel savings agents, ambassadors. Our first 90 days, we will put 1 million customers, 1 million customers into the business, securing your income. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for participating on this conference call. I want to thank each and every one of you for your attention. Thank you for promoting. Thank you for using the product. Hopefully you can find within our system and with our business, hopefully you can find a place for yourself. And if you don't, register yourself with your person who invited you as one of their customers. As enrollments take place, you'll pay the $49, And then the additional packages won't be charged until the 11th, but make sure that you choose them. But for those of you who don't choose to participate, become a customer. We'd love to have you. And what we're going to do is we're going to work hard to amaze you and to keep you for life as a customer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Godspeed to each and every one of you, and we'll see each and every one of you at the top. Goodbye, everybody.